Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Scarlett Fu.
In the S&P 500 gaining ground on this Thursday, 149 to the downside and 2 unchanged.
Yeah, big broad gains. Tim said risk on, and this is what it looks like. If you take a look at the sector level as well, you had 9 sectors in the green. You had just 2 in the red. Consumer discretionary was your biggest points gainer when it comes to that. I think this is a really healthy sign, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. You hit this record just barely.
If she says so herself.
If I say so myself.
If you disagree, get in touch.
Or don't, that's fine. Yeah. But anyway, we hit this record high.
Katie
and that's
Greifeld
even,
at Bloomberg.net.
That's even with tech falling on the day.
Phone number? No.
So it's not just big tech that's propping up the rally here.
All right.
Katie's getting flashbacks to when she was anchoring the show permanently. She just knows you just got to move forward when everybody interrupts you. You just got to keep going.
Keep going. All right, let's get to some of the individual gainers.
Was that a reference to me?
No, yes.
Okay.
Well, all right, airlines, we talked about outperformance. Delta Airlines, the reason why this went up about 12% here at the close. It's actually the number 2 gainer in the S&P. United beat it out, up 14%. United also hinting, was it yesterday?
Yeah, last night with the 8K.
Giving out a little bit in terms of some financials, so kind of teasing ahead of those Delta earnings this morning. But nonetheless, Delta up about 12% here in today's session. We know the news, reinstated a profit outlook for the year, expecting an adjusted profit of $5.25 to $6.25 a share. The CEO talking about travelers coming back, corporate travel strengthening. So the whole group to the upside. Got to talk about MP Materials. Man, this one was up 50% in today's session. It's a rare earth magnet producer, and it struck a multi-billion-dollar public-private deal, actually, with the Department of Defense. They're going to build a new magnet plant. They're also going to expand rare earth capabilities, backed by $400 million in equity and a $1 billion loan commitment. We actually talked to the co-founder and CEO. We talked about that 3-part investment. It's kind of fascinating. He talked about how it's going to really up their capabilities in terms of production, but we had a lot of questions about what it means, about whether or not this is becoming a state-owned enterprise.
I caught a big part of the interview, but I couldn't hear the end of it. Did he talk about when we're actually going to start seeing stuff actually come out the ground?
We actually ran out of time. We talked about it with JoJo afterwards. Okay. But what JoJo said, that there was a 12-month, I believe, schedule in terms of when it's going to come out. They've laid some of that out. So, yeah. So about a year, but they've kind of put some of this stuff out there, right? Didn't he say 12 months?
The mine has been around for 70 years, though. So.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right.
You can keep going.
I know. Yeah. All right.
Don't you have another one?
No, she loves her pauses.
Man, pop the bubble.
Is that it?
The balloon. No.
That's it.
Okay.
No, Ramaco Resources. I got another one. Small market cap shares were up about 30% in today's session. If you don't know the ticker, it's METC. Fluor completed a preliminary economic assessment of the company's Brook mine located in Wyoming. This is a mine that also has rare earth elements. It's basically going to have to separate those rare earth elements, they're heavy elements, from coal. So there's a lot going on. Why are you guys all looking at me so strange? We did talk to the company's CEO, Randall Atkins. So, it's a really interesting interview. You guys are just
I was just thinking about my introduction to geology course in college and how it's coming in so useful when you're talking about these
I'm just saying,
earths.
we did a lot of conversations about rare earth and like the government being very actively involved with some of the companies.
I think you could say we dug deep today.
Okay.
For rare
Don't
earths.
go there.
All right.
I just got to
mention. You have another one?
Yeah. Well, you took.
Guys, like,
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Go ahead, Carol.
I'm moving on. I'm done.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Timothy.
I'm so out. All yours, baby.
All right, let's go with Vertiv Holdings. This company fell 6% today. It's actually down as much as 14% earlier in the session. The company provides data center cooling solutions, and shares fell after Amazon's AWS builds now equipment designed to cool NVIDIA's Blackwell GPUs. Analysts are concerned that, the growth of this company may suffer if Amazon is actually coming out with a product similar to what it does. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Mustafa Oker said AWS rolling out its own server liquid cooling system could weigh on Vertiv's future growth prospects. Once again, shares fell by about 6%. Autodesk Among the worst performers in the S&P 500 today, Bloomberg News reported that the company is weighing an acquisition of the rival software provider PTC Inc. That's according to people familiar with the matter. Interestingly enough, shares of PTC also fell more than Autodesk today, down 7.6%. And finally, Carol mentioned airlines doing well. What about this company, Embraer? You brought it up, Romaine, the concern about those tariffs on Brazil. ADRs fell 4.7% today after President Trump said he will impose 50% tariffs on goods from the country. Jefferies is estimating that U.S. tariffs would add about $350 million to the cost of a jet from Embraer. We talked to Sheila Kayalu of Jefferies earlier. She said Textron could actually be a winner from this. They make Bell, Cessna, Beechcraft, and Hawker aircraft and compete with Embraer. Also, watch American Airlines, she said, because they're at risk to pay more given the backlog. They've got 90 of these jets on order out of an order book of about 250 aircraft.
All right, let's get a quick check on yields. Relatively a subdued day despite some trepidation heading into today because of the 30-year auction that seemed to do okay. You see the divergence, though, in yields, and that's going to continue to be a big part of the story. Looking at that 30-year yield, just ever so slightly down. In fact, we'll just call it unchanged on the day.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.